Man beat man is back.
Oh, okay, Jay boys, do it again. Oh my gosh, the ring got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have delivered. You know what I'm saying? It's true. You know what I'm saying? But oh, look at that, my God.
This is your boy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash True Inferno. So, I am currently recording this video on Independence Day. So, happy Independence Day to everybody. Even though this video will not come out till the day after Independence Day. But, anywho, let's get on with today's topic. Now, last week I said that I was going to get on some NBA topics, and I'm sticking with that. So let's talk about the NBA Finals, or well, the aftermath of the NBA Finals. Yes, I know I'm like a month late or whatever, so be it. All right, so one of the topics that was going on at the time, and I had to put my 2 cents in, or not one of the topics, but one of the questions that was going on around that time that I had to put my 2 cents in is the following. Do I think Kevin Durant, is the best NBA player in the world right now? No. He's currently tied for third with Russell Westbrook. Obviously, Kevin Durant is the Finals MVP. Now, let's be clear. He wasn't. Could we say that he was the playoffs MVP? He might have. I don't know. I can't necessarily say that because Steph Curry was doing his thing in the NBA Finals. So I can't really say that. But he was at least Finals MVP. He barely got that over Curry. But you can't ignore the fact that Russell Westbrook was the league's MVP. Meaning, out of every single player that took part in 82 games, Russell Westbrook was the best, basically. He averaged a triple-double, so you can't go against that. So that's why I got Kevin Durant tied for third with Russell Westbrook. Now, you probably wondering, so who the 2 guys ahead of him? One of them is not a finals, but an MVP candidate in the form of Kawhi Leonard. Now, here's why I say that. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, which was in Golden State, it was in their house, and Kawhi Leonard was clearly the best player on the floor. He is a two-way player, meaning he plays offense and he plays defense. Now, Kevin Durant is more offensively than defensively, and Kevin Durant is a better offensive player than Kawhi Leonard, but he is nowhere near the defender Kawhi Leonard is. I ain't saying KD is garbage as a defender, even though I still think that Kevin Durant is bitch-made, but that's another story for another day. But still, though, Kawhi Leonard was the best player on the floor, better than KD, better than Curry, better than Draymond, better than Clay, better than LaMarcus Aldridge, who is becoming a big baby, better than anybody on the floor. And the only reason why Golden State won that game, in my opinion, that series, was because of a dirty play that was performed by, I ain't gonna call him a dirty player. There's not enough evidence for that. But it was still a dirty play. You cannot sit there and say, oh, that was not a dirty. Yeah, that was a dirty play. He intentionally did that crap. So, yeah, that was a dirty play. Now, that's why I got Kawhi Leonard, the second best player in the world. And last time I checked, Kevin Durant wasn't a league MVP finalist. He wasn't a candidate. He wasn't even mentioned. No. But Kawhi Leonard was. Yeah. So that's why I got Kawhi Leonard ahead of Kevin Durant. And number 1 is LeBron James. Without question, LeBron James. If they would have gave that Finals MVP to anybody, whether you're on the winning side or the losing side, LeBron probably would have won it. I believe he averaged a triple-double throughout the entire Finals, or he was very close to doing that. I forgot which. But clearly, LeBron James is still the best player in the world. Even though Kevin Durant in head-to-head competition outperformed LeBron James in the Finals. But LeBron James still did his thing. He wasn't shying away from the battle or anything like that. So I got LeBron number 1, Kawhi Leonard number 2, and then a tie is Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. And then I'll probably put James Harden at number 5. So yeah, those are my top 5 players in the league right now. Now, let's move on to another topic that a lot of people was talking about. Are the Golden State Warriors, the one that just won the championship, the best team ever? And this is an obvious hell no. There's a number of teams that won a championship that could beat this squad. I mean, do I really need to go through these teams? I mean, come on. First of all, the 96 Bulls would beat them for starters. The bad boy Pistons would beat them. I don't care which year. The 88 or 80, well, not the 88, 89 or the 89-90 squad. I don't care. Either one of them would beat them. Basically, any version of the Chicago Bulls that had Michael Jordan in it that won a championship would beat this squad, really. Also, I just say the Shaq and Kobe Lakers would beat them. The Showtime Lakers would definitely beat them. The old school Celtics with McHale and Larry Bird and those guys would definitely beat them. Any version of the San Antonio Spurs rather that won a championship would beat them, in my opinion. I don't know about the Houston Rockets that won a championship, you know, with Akeem the Dream. That'd be a close one. That would be a close one. I would have to actually look at that one. But yeah, there's a number of teams that could beat this Golden State squad. So for people to call them the best team, even if they went perfect this postseason, I still would say no, because they went 15-1 this 16-1 this postseason instead of 16-0. And I kind of hope that they would go 16. Well, no, not really. No, I didn't. But even if they did win 16-0, I would still sit here and say they're not the best team ever. If they would have won 74 games and then went 16-0 this postseason, they would clearly be in the conversation. That would be a really good debate. But they didn't do neither one of those things. So, yeah. I wouldn't necessarily say they're not in the conversation because offensively, they're one of the best I have seen personally. While defensively, they're not, because their version of defense is basically to outscore you. So, yeah, that's their definition of defense. So, yeah, there you go with that. Now, another question that came up is Kevin Durant and Steph Curry the best 1-2 punch ever? And that's an obvious no. First of all, we got Shaq and Kobe. Second of all, we got Jordan and Pippen. And third of all, we got Malone and Stockton. Granted, I'm aware that Malone and Stockton did not win a championship together. They've been to the finals twice, but failed to the Michael and Jordan and Scottie Pippen Bulls twice. So, yeah, I can see that. Another duo that didn't win a championship? How about Sean Kemp and Gary Payton? That's one. Or how about Nick Anderson? No, not Nick Anderson. Penny Hardaway and Shaquille O'Neal. That's another one. Or how about this one? Tim Duncan and David Robinson. That would be interesting. The reason why I don't see Curry and Durant as like the best 1-2 punching ever, because they're both offensive minded players. We all know Curry can't play defense, and Durant barely can play defense. Barely. But yeah, that's why I just don't see anything in regards to the Golden State Warriors squad the best ever. I really don't. I can see any versions of, anything about this team amongst the best ever. Yeah, they won a championship. They basically dominated the playoffs. They went 16-1. They only lost one game and then barely lost that game. And it was on the road, might I add. Now, granted, yeah, there's a few asterisks there, just like on KD's championship. But I'll get to that in a second. But like I said, they were losing big time at home to San Antonio because of Kawhi Leonard. And if he didn't get injured because of that dirty play, then not only would the Spurs win game 1, but I truly believe that the Spurs would have won that series in 6. And it would be the Spurs going to the finals facing Cleveland. And it would be the Spurs who would be winning and obviously would win the NBA championship. And it would be Kawhi Leonard who would be finals MVP. So, yeah, there you go with that. Now the final thing I'm going to talk about is that asterisk on Kevin Durant's championship. So, yes, I'm still putting it there because I totally agree with Stephen A. Smith. Because here's the one thing that people fail to realize. OKC, when they had Kevin Durant, had a 3-1 series lead over a 73-win squad, Golden State Warriors squad, Western Conference Finals. One more win for the for the Thunder, they're going to the finals. And I believe with Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, those boys, they would have went to the finals to meet Cleveland. They would beat Cleveland. Cleveland would still be wandering around looking for a championship. I truly believe that. They had 3 chances to knock out Golden State. Game 5, they couldn't do it. Game 6 in their own house, they couldn't do it. Game 7 on the road, they definitely couldn't do it. And they blew it. Kevin Durant choked, especially Game 6 in his house in OKC. He blew it. So what did he do a month later? He went to the team that beat them. He went to the team that he had down 3-1 and joined them. He was basically piggyback riding off of a 73-win squad who at the time was the defending champions in order to win a championship of his own. And the plan worked. He won a championship of his own. Now, granted, yes, in the finals, he led the way. He was the finals MVP, but again, it was barely because Steph Curry was doing his thing. So, I still say there's an asterisk by it because it just seemed shady. It just seemed like a bitch move, in my opinion, in order for you to win a championship. Because he joined a team that was already a super team and made it that much super. So, yeah, there you go right there. I agree with Stephen A. And some people want to compare that to what LeBron did. I'm like, no, they're totally different things. Because here's why. When LeBron went to Miami, first and foremost, Miami was barely a playoff team. They made the playoffs, but they got kicked out in the first round. I don't even know who kicked them out. It wasn't Boston, but somebody kicked them out in the first round. LeBron James and Chris Bosh went to Miami. Dwayne Wade re-signed with Miami. And the three of them turned a Miami Heat squad that was barely a a playoff team and took them to title contenders. While KD joined a team that he had beat, couldn't beat him, who was already a title contender. Hell, they were already defending champs. They already won 74 games, breaking the 96 Bulls record, 73, and he joined them. How is that the same thing? That's not. Again, one side turned a playoff team that was barely a playoff team into a contender. The other side joined a title contender, joined a team that won a championship already, and just made it that much better. They are not the same thing. They are not. They're two different things. So I don't blame Miami for. I mean, who want to be in Cleveland? But yeah. So those are not two different things, man. I mean, they are two different things, but they're not the same thing. I meant to say. So as you can see, the game over, and I did my thing. I'm dominated big time here, man. All right. So with all that out the way, y'all know who this is. This is the new Jack Ashby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.